The site flourished under the patronage of Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BCE, who built magnificent stupas, monasteries, and the famous Ashokan pillar, now a national emblem of India. This ceremony, called the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, marked the foundation of Buddhist Sangha.
चलिए दौड़िए भागिए और तुरंत फॉलो कीजिए।
हेलो एवरीवन, नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल, सलाम, केम छो, कसाय पब्लिक, जोहार और कैसन बड़ा रहुआ लोग। Welcome to the sacred land where history whispers through the ruins and spirituality lingers in the air. Today we take you on a timeless journey to Sarnath, one of the holiest Buddhist sites in the world and a serene heritage destination near Varanasi, India. Beyond the noise of city streets and the chaos of modern life lies a quiet land where ancient stones still echoes the teaching of the Buddha. Welcome to Sarnath, a cradle of Buddhism, a canvas of Indian history, and a sanctuary of serenity. Hello, fellow travelers. I am Gappu, and in today's episode, we are exploring the ancient ruins of Sarnath, a place where Lord Buddha delivered his first sermon after attaining enlightenment. So let's dive into its rich past and explore what remains of this glorious site. Sarnath is located just 10 kilometers from Varanasi in the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, historically known as Ishipatana. This is where Buddha first taught Dharma and where the Buddhist Sangha came into existence over 2005 years ago. The site flourished under the patronage of Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BCE, who built magnificent stupas, monasteries, and the famous Ashokan pillar, now a national emblem of India. Sarnath is where Lord Buddha gave his first sermon after attaining enlightenment in Bodh Gaya around 528 BCE. This sermon, called the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, marked the foundation of Buddhist Sangha. The most iconic structure here is the Dhammak Stupa, standing at 43.6 meter tall. This cylindrical tower was built to commemorate Buddha's first sermon. Although the original Ashoka pillar was broken during invasions, its base still remains and can be seen within the complex. Sarnath thrived during the Maurya, Gupta, and the later Pala periods. However, like many Buddhist centers in India, it faced destruction during the 12th century invasion led by the Turkish ruler Qutbuddin Aybak, after which it slowly fell into ruins and was buried under centuries of silence, until it was excavated by British archaeologists in the 19th century. Getting here is simple. From Varanasi, you can take an auto rickshaw, cab, or even a local bus. It's just about a 20-30 minute drive from the city center or railway station. If you're flying in, the nearest airport is Lal Bahadur Shastri International Airport, about 30 kilometers away. What you see here is spread across more than 30 acres of excavated land, revealing the skeleton of what was once a thriving Buddhist center of meditation, learning, and enlightenment. The area offers a powerful sense of spiritual calm, as monks from around the world still come here to meditate beneath Bodhi tree and walk in silent reflection. While the Dhammak Stupa is the most iconic structure here, the ruins of Sarnath hide several other incredible sites of historical importance. The Mulagandha Kuti Vihara. These low walls mark the original monastery where Buddha is believed to have stayed during the visit of Sarnath. These cells were once used by monks for study and meditation. The Ashokan pillar base. While the famous lion capital now rests in the nearby museum, the base of the Ashokan pillar still stands in its original location. It's one of the few surviving Ashokan structure in situ. Several ruins of monasteries and viharas. The rectangular structures were central courtyards were Buddhist monasteries from the Gupta and the Kushana periods, beautifully planned with perfection and symmetry. Many of them had multiple stories. The Dharma Ajika Stupa. This was the earliest stupa built to house relics of Buddha, commissioned by Ashoka. Unfortunately, it was destroyed during the invasions, but the remnants still outline its grandeur. Notice the unique brickwork and stone carvings dating from the 3rd century BCE to 12th century CE, each carrying a story of monks, scholars, kings, and pilgrims. What makes this site special is not just the archaeology, but its aura. There's something indescribably calming here. The way sunlight falls on the ancient stone, the distant chants from the nearby monasteries, it feels like time has paused. The area outside the ruins is peaceful and well maintained. There is a ticket counter at the entrance and an organized parking area for the private vehicles. You'll also find local souvenir shops, eateries, and guides offering quick history lessons. As for the ticket prices, Indian national rupees 30, foreign nationals rupees 500, and children under 15 is free of cost. Tickets can be bought on site or via the ASI website. You're gonna see these barcode scanners everywhere, which can make your ticket booking process hassle free. The complex includes clean washrooms, drinking water facilities, shaded resting areas, and security personnel to guide tourists. Do not miss the Sarnath Archaeological Museum just opposite the ruins. It houses rare artifacts like the lion capital of Ashoka, the Buddha statue from the Gupta era, and numerous inscriptions, coins, and relics that narrates Sarnath's illustrious past. Even today, Sarnath attracts Buddhist pilgrims and spiritual seekers from around the world. Monks from Thailand, Sri Lanka, Japan, and Tibet walk these grounds, offering chants and prayers amidst the ruins. The silence here speaks volumes. Sarnath isn't just a place, it's a reflection of India's spiritual depth, cultural richness, and the resilience of ancient wisdom. If you are in or around Varanasi, this short trip will add profound meaning to your journey. Thank you everyone for joining me on this historical walk. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such exploration. Until next time, keep traveling and keep discovering. And yes, have no fear when Gapu is here. Bye bye.